Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm so glad you're with us this morning. We have a great show lined up, all kind of information. There's a bunch of pictures. We have an overload on pictures. We're sort of trying to get caught up on those. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Run by and check out all the programs they offer there. Check out Principal Mike Heppenstall and see if he can't tell you about the program, he can tell you about catching some fish, I'm sure. Now listen, today's going to be 79 high and low of 62. Our water temperature is still hovering around 80. It's been bouncing from 79 to 80. I know everyone's excited about that. It's going to be dropping probably next week or two, drop another degree or two. So fall migration should really be kicking in about the middle of October, which is now on toward the last week or so. So be aware of that. Take a look at our, well, we're not going to look at our river readings today just because they're rising. The water's on the rise, especially over around Caryville. The Choctahatchee is really going up. There's going to be some high water this weekend, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow when we do our famous Friday fishing forecast. Now let's take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. And their motto is when carrying counts. They're located right here on 23rd Street. Today is October the 16th, and we have some good tides. We have a high tide at 2:44 a.m. and a low tide at 1:59 p.m. and a good situation there, good tidal movement and all. Our marine forecast today is going to be coming out of the west at 10 to 20. We've had this past week reminded me of this March weather with all this wind we've been having. So be careful if you're out on the water, still coming in pretty strong out of the west. All right, we'll go ahead and take our break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Don't forget tomorrow's famous Friday fishing forecast will be coming up. We'll be giving away some seafood from Tarpon Dock Seafood. Make sure you've registered. I got some our fall sweepstakes will be coming up next week or two with some prizes on that. But we're going to get into pictures. Before we do now, we have another safe hunting course. If you got a child that needs to take the safety hunting course, it's going to be over in Santa Rosa County next weekend. Go ahead and go to the FWC website and look up the on their line for the hunter safety course. All right, now we have a bunch of pictures, folks. I've been out a little bit and they're piling up on us, and we have a log jam of them. So we're going to great pictures, and I appreciate all the feedback we get from our viewing audience. I think we got a little bit of all the fish in here and a possum to go, I think. But let's go ahead and get started on them. Let's start off with Joe Sims over there in East Bay, and that is a fine-looking speckled trout. Joe, good job on that one. All right. We're going to talk about a variety of things. Lobster season, October 15th. Mike stone crabs, October 15th. Lobster now, Mike Ingram, a nice one there. Good job, Mike. He's one of my former students. Nice-looking young man, a good man too. He's still hanging in there with that fishing. Josh Turner, good job, Josh. Glad to see you still fishing there, buddy. You got time to do it. Here's William Jones up there in Alpha, flounder and some nice croaker. That's some good eating right there. Now he caught dinner for he and his wife and the kids and all, and probably the neighbor. Good job there. We've got some good grouper. Kenny Zedeker, the Zedeker family of St. Andrews. Kenny grew up here, lives up there in Georgia now, but he gets down here and fishes as much as he can. He's a good fisherman. Kenny Zedeker. All right, the young lady on the left used to be one of the former students. She's assistant principal there at Merritt Brown now. And this is Ellen Shiver Granger and her husband Larry. They've been out brim fishing. I thought this is a great picture over before this weather came in. And good job, Ellen. And Larry works for the sheriff's department. He's a deputy out there in our area out there in Southport. Good job. And y'all didn't call me for the fish fry. Look at here, flounder. Flounder. We're talking about flounders out now. Bear Pate caught these wade fishing. He's already got them cleaned up and ready to cook. Good job, Bear. Wade fishing right there. Our big king here, Brandy Phillips Fisher. And that's a nice one there. Kings have been strong this month. Really good job on that. Here's my boy, Weston Cooley. Weston Cooley. He loves to do anything in the outdoors. He graduated a couple years ago. And you can see, I guess he's got supper. I don't know if his mom's going to let him bring him home or not. But Weston is outdoorsman. Good trip here. This is a commercial trip. We show one every now and then. Because I show this one because it's Captain Mitch Coleman, one of our contributors on Panhandle Outdoors, out of Mexico Beach. He had a snapper slam. He's got vermilion, black snapper, lane, porgy, trigger. He got just a mixed bag, and that's what you're gonna catch now if you go off fishing just a little bit offshore. You can catch all. Now those are all good eating right there. All right, we got Kenny Livingston. Got a 27-inch trout, or 18-inch flounder, maybe 18-inch trout and 27-inch flounder. But anyway, right there, good job there, and keep one big one right there. That's good job, Kenny Livingston. Fly fishing has been good. This is Chris Beard, one of our assistant principals. Fly fishing up at Deer Point Lake. He's using a glow plug at glow bug at nighttime. Good job there, Kenny. Okay, now look, flounder. I'm going to keep showing it. I just want to let you know how strong they are right now. This is Jonathan Snyder. But he caught this one. The reason I show this one, at Carolina Beach, he was surf fishing with a pompano jig. So you never know where you're going to catch. All you just don't know until you go. All right, this is Cobia. On the far left, Joe Myers used to be in my class. Good job, Joe. You learned a lot. Joe Myers and Matt Manderville. Those two boys can fish now, I'm telling you. They had a good weekend this past weekend. Good job. And we don't always get the whole fish, do we? Jason Shingler had a nice fish, but the shark wanted it more than he did. All right. Now, all right, I'm going to read this email right here. This is really good. It said, Coach Chester, I am writing to thank Panhandle Outdoors and Greg Abrams Tarpon Dock for the red snapper I won on Friday morning show. Along with a photo of my generous-sized snapper is a meal it served. We grilled it along with a baked potato, grilled onion, mushrooms, collard greens, cucumber salad, and ice-cold sweet tea. So you treated us to a great show and a meal on Friday. Only one correction to be made. We traveled in a 66-year-old wooden cruiser built in 1948, not a sailboat. When I pulled the name, I thought I remembered them in a sailboat. They're down at Carabel, and they're one of the loopers that watch the show all the time. I'm glad they're still here in town. We have a sailboat heart with a cruiser mindset. Keep up the good work on the show and take more time off. Nobody wants you to burn out. Panhandle Outdoors is one of our coast gems. Thank you, Pam Hutton. Thank you for the sweet email there. And here, look at there. This is what it turns out to be. And Pam, glad y'all had enjoyed. That is a good-looking meal. Next time, give me a call on that. You're gonna make a meal that big. All right, move on. Look. Our boys are going hunting now. This is up into Illinois. This is a great picture here. This is Clay Parker. It got 11 point. It got it muzzle loading up in Illinois. Scott Parker's the dad there. It scored 145 inches, weighed 215 pounds. Clay's a student at Mosley, and Scott. Real strong with his group over there, Northside Baptist. So I got to talk to those guys last year. Good job there. Okay, that's a wall hanger. Couple more. We've got some. All right, these are some tuna. Nat Harris from Panama City Beach went over to Venice, Louisiana, and he and his buddies caught. That's a lot of tuna right there. Good job, Nat Harris. Okay, we're going to come back to this one. Let me come back to this one, Jeff. Okay, I think that's, let me see. Let me, one more set right here. Crabs. So we covered everything but crabs. Shelby and Nazaruk, they went crabbing over the weekend. This is before and after. Good job, Shelby and Nazaruk. And crab cakes and everything. She caught them and cooked them for her family. Okay, one more picture. We'll get y'all hungry this morning. All right, so let's go ahead and, I've got some more, but let's go and take a break and we'll wrap this up in a minute, okay? All right, welcome back. So glad you're with us this morning. Got a lot more stuff. Now, for some reason, if you send me a picture or an email or even call me and I haven't responded, repeat that. Don't have your feelings hurt, because sometimes the stuff does fall through the crack. I sometimes have to go back and relook things up. So if I didn't get it, send it to me again. Say, Coach, I sent this to you last week. You maybe missed it. So I get a lot of stuff. I'm very thankful I get all this stuff to share with all our viewers. Amazing all the things going on. Now, this next segment, I'm going to show you a little video, but I want to tell you about it first. We've been out of town 4 days up to Lake Fontana, North Carolina, and I was with an organization called SEOPA, which is the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association. It was their 50th anniversary meeting, and I was asked a long time ago by Al Hubbard to join this group. Al, y'all remember the late Al Hubbard, and I kept him and hawing around and didn't. Stan Kirkland asked me a while back to join. Well, I got Walter and Whitney to join last year, and they had such a good time. Gail and I joined this year, and we got back from just a wonderful conference. And what SEOPA is, if you look on the screen here, it is a group of outdoor communicators, writers, artists, book authors, editors, television people, radio, but mainly it is outdoor writers. You see the Southeastern, it covers all the Southeastern states, and this was our 50th anniversary, and it was strong, and I'm talking about, I met some outstanding people, outstanding writers. Now, most of the folks there were around my age, and most of the writers, you know, they had a career out of it. I'm sort of, you know, I'm still an educator, and I've written a book, and I've done some newspaper articles and magazine articles, also, you know, do the show here, so they called me an outdoor communicator, which I love that title. But the thing about it is the people you meet, and you can see all across the Southeast how strong these folks are in their belief and love of the outdoors and how good it is for our fellow man. Well, when you're at a conference or a convention, you're always running all kind of different people, and some just make a really strong impression on you. Now, I have 2 little interviews back to back with a young man that was an award winner, and it really was a prestigious award this young man won. And then the next, I'll go right into the next interview with 2 young ladies from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and they just made an impression on me. And you're going to see they're both going to be in the outdoor field, media communications and all. And I just wanted to interview them and share their story with you, and also because I know you will enjoy this. And later on, I'll have some overview of the conference itself and some of the neat people that we got to meet in addition to these young folks here. So, Jeff, let's go ahead and roll this video here, okay? All right, I'm with Matthew Riley. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning. Good to meet you. First time I met him, I saw him last night. Won a big award last night for the best writer, best young writer. Got an enormous background. So tell our viewers briefly about yourself.
Okay, well, graduated from high school in Virginia, Fluvanna County High School, and I've been writing my outdoor column at home for 2.5 years, and I write for a couple different outdoor magazines and our game department newsletter, and this past month I've been fishing and camping in the Northeast, and next month I'm going to the Southeast to do the same thing before I go to college in January.
So now where do you plan to go to college?
Emory and Henry College in Southwest Virginia, small liberal arts college.
Yes, and very prestigious too. And I'm all the folks are telling about you. And last night I saw all the potential you had and all. So how much do you enjoy the outdoors?
Quite a bit.
and you have the ability to write about it at this young age. So to win this award from all the folks that I've talked to win this award is quite an honor.
Thank you.
I want to congratulate you and wish you the very best.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Our folks are in an empty room right now, but you know, when you go to these conferences and workshops and all, you always meet all kind of people, and you know, some just sort of stick out and really stand out. And I met these 2 young ladies here, and I've been so impressed with them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell a little bit about themselves, okay?
All right. Well, I am Margot Ardwin, originally from Ville Platte, Louisiana, but now living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I am a co-owner of Purpose Communications with Ainsley Beeman.
Hi, I am Ainsley Beeman, as Margot mentioned, previously from Monroe, Louisiana, where I was born and raised, and now currently reside in Baton Rouge, where Margot and I started our own communications marketing firm. We have a footprint in the outdoor industry and also expand into other industries as well.
Well, I was so impressed. You know, I met y'all briefly. Then when I got to talk to you, I was just even more impressed and all. And you've got a situation where you know you got a bunch of older people here, and a lot of writers, and just so many experienced people. Then see bright new faces like you coming into this is exciting. So, what are your plans?
Well, one thing with Margot and I is we were both raised in great households with parents who love the Lord, and they not only, you know, made sure that we knew it was important to attend church. They showed us what a personal relationship with Jesus looked like. And that has played such a huge role in the young women that we've grown up to be today, and in our personal lives as well as our business. And, you know, we kind of look at our business as an act of service. You know, we really get to be the hands and feet of Jesus in our business, and it's pretty incredible. So our plan is to just stick with that, trust the Lord, and
glorify the Lord in everything that we do.
This is so, you know, this morning you were talking, I just sat back and admired what y'all were talking about, talking to Whitney. And I never will forget, you know, what's one piece of advice you gave to her, and what was that one piece of advice?
Well, I told her to be herself, most importantly, but, you know, if you want to know what I truly think could make a difference in someone's life, the most important thing to me is to stay in the Word daily. I don't care if it's one verse, if it's a chapter, if it's a book. Read the Word of God daily. I truly believe that it can change your life.
And surround yourself with people that are like-minded. That's very key, because it makes a difference.
That is so cool. And I saw y'all on a pistol range today. Y'all are tearing it up.
We try to.
Y'all are good at it. Listen, what are a couple of outdoor things y'all really enjoy doing in the outdoors?
Well, I am a little new to the outdoor side of things, but I have really enjoyed being out there with Ames, going hunting, just kind of exploring it and just seeing the Lord's creation. It's an amazing thing.
That's the thing. I grew up in the outdoors. I'm an only child. I tell everyone I had the best of both worlds growing up. My dad, he always took the time to invest in me. I look back and I feel so blessed, because he could have chosen to go with any of his friends or take someone else's son, but he chose to spend that time with me. And, you know, I've just learned that the good Lord's creation is one of the greatest teaching tools there is. I learned so many of my morals and values and godly principles. They were instilled in me out there, you know, when I was hunting and fishing, and that carried over into my life today. And, you know, I learned to treasure the simple things and to just really stop and not only marvel at creation, but to stand in awe of the Creator. And that truly, it's made such a huge difference in the young woman I've grown up to be, and it's been such a joy to introduce friends like Margot to the outdoors and watch them kind of relive those moments that I experienced as a child, you know. I think it's something that our culture definitely needs more of. And and we talk about getting more young people and girls involved in outdoors and what we need to do and things we need to do. Right, absolutely.
And in addition, now y'all are big LSU fans.
Go Tigers.
You grew up in Louisiana, so
we love LSU.
Well, I think you viewers can see why I just admire these young ladies so much and all. And now tell the folks one more time the name of your company so they can look it up online, okay?
We are Purposed Communication, so that's Purposed. We truly believe that, you know, as Scripture says, he who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. And we feel like, you know, the Lord has called us to do this. And we're stepping out in faith, trusting and obeying that. So.
And we wish you the very, very best.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now, welcome back to America's only daily outdoor TV show. So glad you're here. We hope you enjoyed that little segment there. You see the quality of people in there. And by the way, if you know of any young folks or any age folks that enjoy writing about the outdoors, get with us about joining CEOPA. It's a great organization. They just encourage each other, and it's a great contacts and also. Out of 9 counties, I promise you there's some folks out there that enjoy writing about the outdoors, and you can become a member. They send newsletter and all, and I would really encourage you and help you all I can. And by the way, next year's conference is going to be at Lake Eufaula, Alabama, so it won't be that far to drive. On this trip, listen, Gail and I took Stan Kirkland was my passenger, so you can imagine how entertaining that trip. It took us 9.5 hours to get up there, but it took us 11 hours to get back because Stan was my navigator, and Gail sat in the back seat and just slept and read. And Stan and I talked all the time, and Stan, we got lost in the mountains. So ask Stan about how. I'm going to go ahead and blame him. So y'all, when you see Stan Kirkland, ask him how we got lost. Let's take a look at the fish and game forecast, okay? Brought to us by Mark Coward, Edgewater Beach Realty. Mark's number is 832-6000, a great red fisherman, and he and his son do a lot of red fishing. So looking at our times today, we're looking at 7, 11, to 9:11 this morning, and then this afternoon or this evening 7:34 to 9:34 would be a good time to go. Now listen, we were talking about floundering, and I saw the pictures of all the flounder. It's going to be, with all this wind we've had last couple of days and this rain, it's going to be a little muddy in some areas or cloudy. If you're trying to go floundering and all, it's going to be a challenging thing to do. I want to just be aware of that. Not you don't have to not go, but check that out, the water clarity, before we spend a lot of time planning on going. We're always talking about safety and boating safety and all. And run across something like this, I want to share it with you as a viewing audience. And man facing amputation after boating accidents. This was in the Calhoun Liberty Journal last week, and I'll basically tell you about it. It's what had happened. They were up there around Kennedy Creek, and you know where that area is. And basically, they were coming back in on an aluminum boat, 30 horsepower motor, and the cowling was off. They hit a stump, and the motor jumped off, and the flywheel was just spinning, and he went up like that, and his hand just got mangled in it, and he lost it from the elbow down. He's lost everything, so they're going to have to rebuild it. And they, you know where Kennedy Creek is. No cell service and all. They had to run to a place. They put a tourniquet on it. They did good first aid, a tourniquet, stopped the bleeding, and got him into an area around Orange and around Sumatra. And got some 911 service and got a helicopter flying in from Tallahassee. They flew from Sumatra to Tallahassee. A helicopter came in from Gainesville and flew from Tallahassee to Shan. So it was lucky. Reading the article, it was lucky to have lived through it. And but anyway, glad you're doing okay now. So just be careful when you're out there. It could be salt water or fresh water here in our area, and you can still have an accident and all. Okay, so. Now tomorrow's Friday, of course. We have our famous Friday fishing forecast. We're going to give away some seafood, and I'll be coming in pretty soon with some prizes and all that I picked up for all our viewers up there at the CIOPA conference, and all some really neat stuff. And next week we got a big week planned already. So as always, it's time to wrap things up. I enjoy bringing you the show, and as always, I want to thank God for the beautiful sunsets and for the hungry fish. And in addition, I want to thank you as a viewer for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate that. And sometime during the day, you do something good for your fellow man, and you have a great day. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.